Yesterday, I made corn fritters with leftover corn off the cob. It was already cooked. I'll put the recipe in the first comments. I don't know quantities, but so I just added about 2.5 tablespoons of regular flour, and then I'm going to add about half that much cornstarch to get it all together. Now, your batter is going to be really goopy. If that's a word, when you stir it around, and that's what you want. This turned out a little bit dry, and so I had to add a little bit of water. But basically, it's corn off the cob, or I guess you could use a drained can of corn. But I had this left over. I'm chopping it up because, when you cut it, it's in like little riblets. So I want to get it all apart as much as I can anyway. And there's scallions. There's very minced red onion, minced up garlic, and the flour. Now here's my little bit of water. I don't want to add too much at first. Like I said, I want it to be goopy. And you could deep fry these, but I didn't do it. I did it in shallow, little bit of olive oil in a nonstick pan. And then I just had to flip them once. But I am telling you something. With the way that the flour brings it together, you're able to keep them in little pucks. I call them in little pucks. Here I am adding a little bit more flour because I guess I splashed too much water in. But anyway, they have a fantastic taste. Make sure that your onions are all really minced small. That's important because they're going to cook pretty fast. It's like in quiche, I always say, make sure your onions are really, really small so they cook along with it. Now, see, this is kind of what I was looking for. And then I have my pan hot, put a little bit of oil in, and then little by little, I'm going to add little patties, if you will. So I'm going to add a goopy spoonful and then kind of tamp it down just so that it's even. See, like that. There you go. And I'm just going around the horn. I don't know what's wrong. This is a new pan, and all the olive oil and oil seems to go to the sides. I really should, for the price he paid for it, for my little surprise gift that they bought for me. See, I'm pushing that together so that when it does cook, it will hold all together. You'll see what I mean. But anyway, it's a nice pan, but it doesn't seem flat. You know what I mean? I can still use it, but that's not the point of this little video. These smelled really good. Thane walked in. He couldn't identify. What do I smell that smells so good? And it was the chicken that I'm going to show you in the one pan. And then in this pan, I have these little corn fritters. I guess you can make fritters out of anything, really. I remember making apple fritters for my sister Peggy when I was a young girl. I was probably 13, and she mentioned she liked them, so I figured it out and made them, but I did use a deep fryer for those. Oh gosh, are they good. Yeah, see how they're browning? I added one little tab of butter. I forgot that. When they didn't seem so brown when I flipped the first one, but you know how butter makes it better by browning. That's for sure. So next time I make them, I'll put a little bit of olive oil in and a small tab of butter to begin with. And then, like I said, they were aromatic. You could serve these with like sour cream or something Mexicali. But in any case, make them. Yummy.